Welcome, Donnie and Carla. Can you start by giving us a little bit of background on your family and your decision to travel full time?
Um, I guess I'll take that one. So I was born in Argentina and I moved to the U.S. when I was 14. I met Donnie shortly after. He was my unofficial English tutor. And after having kids, we got married in Italy and then we traveled to Argentina, and that kind of sparked the traveling bug in him, mostly because he hadn't really traveled. And when we had kids, we decided we need to find a way to make it work without being in the rat race. And so we decided to travel to a couple countries that we had hand selected to see how that went and see if we could survive being together 24/7 and how that would play out with small kids. And it worked out. It was really a good experience. So we just kind of kept it going.
Speaking of big chunks of land, you settled here and you bought Rincon. So tell us about the eco-lodge.
Well, we wanted to live and work like at home. We didn't want to have to, one of us leave. Originally in California, before kids, her and I were both working all over the country, all over the state. And then when we had the first child, we still traveled quite a bit with the first child. He was raised in a hotel room. He learned how to walk in a hotel room, how to crawl, we did everything in and out of hotel rooms. The second one slowed that down quite a bit, but I was still traveling a lot. So the big point of it was to just kind of all be together in one property and to be able to work and to play and to be able to not have to leave and negotiate, all this outside environments.
We accomplished that by world schooling kind of reverse, by having people come to us as opposed to going out into the world. And that brought so many pluses to us because, cost effective wise, like we didn't travel anywhere, but our kids were exposed to 35 plus different nations.
Well, it's an international guest house.
Yeah.
So we had, from day one when we got here, we were getting people from all around the world staying here. So it was kind of a shock to us from almost like the second or third night, just having people, show up that were from Germany and from Sweden and speaking different languages that were not even English or Spanish, and trying to negotiate all of that.
So that sounds like it's been interesting trying to run the property with international clientele. I mean, you're only a couple hours from Santiago, so I'm sure there's a lot of clientele coming from all over the world. So what has this experience running the place been like?
I used to work for a small winery in bed and breakfast in California, so knowing kinds of the ins and outs. And then the property, when we purchased the property was already top rated, and it was already listed in many places in Europe and the U.S. And so a lot of that had been done. And then we were really fortunate to have Lonely Planet come and visit us, which is not a paid advertisement publication, that was really, really a cool thing. So it's been interesting because every day is different. Every day there's a new challenge or a new
surprise.
Project, new surprise. Yeah, definitely. And we've learned so much about just living in nature and seeing the cycle of everything. Our kids have, learned the cycle of where food comes from and animal processing and things that we wouldn't have had a chance to do back in our old life, and things that I think are going to be very worthwhile to them in the future. I think anywhere we go, I think those are skills that they take with them, how to chop down a tree or how to pick a tree to build versus a tree to burn. Lots of things that we've learned that we never thought we'd be learning. So it's been fantastic in so many aspects. A little bit challenging here and there for sure, but we wouldn't change it. I think it's been an amazing journey.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's really cool.